your body and clear the mind. All right, we'll start with a little bit of tapping. So in Tai Chi, the feet are hip width. The knees are bent so that you feel like you have a very upright spine and the tail is right underneath the crown of the head, drawing up. Take one arm out and make a cup with your other hand and go up one side of your arm, up to the shoulder, turn your arm around and go down the outside, going up on the inside and down on the outside. It's waking up the energy. And we'll do the same thing on the second side now. So other arm out, cupping, tapping up, and tapping down. Now we'll take that arm up and tap down the side, the waist, and back up. And same thing on the other side. And then on the chest, lots of immune glands here. In the belly. The lower back. Down the leg. And then up. Down and up. Same thing, second side. Just brushing off. Okay, and now just getting that bouncing feeling. Staying very grounded, very rooted. Feet hip width. So that you really feel that the legs are the foundation, the floor is the foundation for what we build on top. And now shaking out an arm, almost as though it had no bones in it. My hand. The other. Waking up the chi, waking up the energy. If you've got a chair nearby, you could hold on to the side of the chair and shake out a leg. Maybe your balance is good to try without. And then shaking out the other side. All right. Now you can take anything you need to in a chair, but otherwise, feet hip width, spine upright, in like a royal or dignified posture, feeling very grounded. We'll take opening shoulder, lifting heel. So imagining a bubble underneath the right arm, and that arm just floats up on the bubble. It's almost like you can feel the bubble all through your hands into your fingers, and it draws that arm up all the way to pulling you up onto the ball of your foot. And as that arm starts to float down, The other arm comes up. Again, you can feel the edge of the bubble in the palm of the hand and into the fingers. And you're moving slower than the speed of habit. One arm comes down, the other one floats up, rides up on the bubble, carries you up onto the ball of the foot. You can feel a diagonal across the body, and then that arm floats down. And the other side starts to rise up and float down. Allow your breathing to do whatever it will. And you can almost sense your hands as though you were about to catch a basketball, is how it's been described. This time, as the arm comes down, cross at the wrists, and let that bubble rise up underneath the arms. Press of the legs helps that bubble to float up. And the fingertips would like spray paint out to the sides and down in painting circles. So that bubble rises up, the arms float on top of the bubble, they open out, and everything releases down, spraying that paint. Painting circles. This time as the arms come down, paint circles in the other direction, letting the arms come out and up. Crossing at the wrists, and letting everything settle down. Staying within your soft limit, something short of a stretch, so that nothing moves away from ease or out of alignment. No extra effort that would be inappropriate for Tai Chi. We'll take ringing the temple bell now. Letting the waist turn from side to side and letting the arms move like a clapper on a bell. So there's no control of the arms. They just move with that turn of the waist. And that back arm, the back hand can come up high enough to hit out against the kidney and give a little stimulation there. To the water element. Kidney is the water element. That front arm comes across the spleen, and that's the earth element. Take this into heavenly circles now. So finding that ball, letting the hands hold the edges of the ball, and letting that ball carry the arms up. And it floats down to the side. Pressing off the legs, and it would almost take you right up off your feet. And then floating down. Next time that ball is up, change the direction of the heavenly circles. Feeling the edges of the ball in the hands, the fingers. It's natural rising and falling. Just come along for the ride. This time as the arms are up, simply smooth the chi, turning the palms towards the face and all along the body. As the arms drop, legs bend more, then pressing out and opening up, something short of a stretch again. Turning the palms in and smoothing the chi so you can sense the energy between the palms and the body. Opening out, pressing forward, opening out. Turning the palms in and smoothing the chi. And let the arms float out and up as though that ball rises up. The arms float on top, the fingertips trip over the top of a water fountain, and the palms come in closer and press down. Arms come out, floating up, tripping over the top of a waterfall and floating down. Beginning Tai Chi. This time as the arms come down, we'll open the circle of the heart. Palms come up, they open out. Something short of a stretch again, and then closing back in. Floating back down. And sensing the energy in the hands. Opening the circle of the heart. And then letting it close. Cross at the wrists. Move across the waist and pour the weight into your right foot. Empty the left. Step it back, keeping it at hip width. Parting clouds to see the stars. Open out, part the clouds. Weight shifts onto that back leg, it bends to open out and see the stars. The arms come down, the weight moves forward across the weight, pour the weight into that front foot, and then parting the clouds once again, letting that back knee bend. And letting the arms movement lead to those shifts of weight from the front foot to the back. This time bringing the arms up just halfway. Palms open out. The weight is poured into the front foot. You push off the back foot, opening up, and then closing the wings of a flying dove. Let that back leg bend, wings close, and then pour the weight into the front foot, push off the back foot, open the wings. As the wings close, pour the weight into the back leg, letting it bend. Flying dove. This time pouring the weight onto that front foot, opening the wings and pressing down. And the arms float down, palms float down. Take that empty back foot and step it forward to hip width and let all of that settle now. Move across the waist, pour the weight into the left foot, cross at the wrists. Step that empty right foot back at hip width to your front foot. Second name for this, scooping the sea to gaze at the sky. Opening out, letting that back leg bend so you can really see the sky. Open-hearted, gazing at the sky. Scooping the sea. Gaze at the sky. This time the arms come up part way. Push off the back foot, pour the weight into that front foot, opening the wings of flying dove. Let that back leg bend as the wings close in front of the heart. Pouring the weight into the front foot and opening the wings. Pouring the weight into the back foot and letting the wings close in front of the heart. This time pouring the weight into that front foot, opening the wings, pressing down. Pick up that empty back foot, step it forward to hip width, and settle. Interlace the fingers and press the palms to the sky. Palms face in, turn the palms, press up, something short of a stretch, staying within the soft limit, and then letting those elbows soften, letting the palms turn back in when they do. And then once again, pressing palms to the sky. Now cross at the wrists. Step one foot out, lighten one foot, step it out, empty it, step it out, and simply push and pour. Push the weight into one foot, pour the weight into a bent leg, and then push off that foot and pour the weight onto the other. Back and forth, feeling that kangaroo tail, or what would be the third leg of a stool if it went all the way down from your tail. Now this time, as you pour the weight into, let's say, your left foot, Take your right thumb and forefinger and open them out into an L. With your left hand, make a soft fist and pull the left elbow back as you extend your right arm. Looking between the right thumb and forefinger. And now moving across the waist, crossing at the wrist. Right hand fist, left hand, thumb and forefinger open in an L. As your sight, you look between that thumb and forefinger towards your target as you draw the bow, crossing at the wrists, drawing the bow, and looking at the length of your arm and at your sight between the thumb and forefinger. And now let your hands find the edges of that bubble. Bring the feet back to hip width. And from the bubble now, take the inside hand palm down and the outside palm up, joining earth and sky. And then finding that bubble again. Let the hands find the edges of the bubble. And then switching hands, left hand down, right hand up, joining earth and sky. Something short of a stretch, finding the bubble, and then joining earth and sky. Finding the edge of that bubble. Pouring the weight into one foot, step the other foot out again. Take the left hand on top. And this is waving clouds and hands. Waving hands and clouds. The right hand pushes the clouds to the side. The left hand covers the eyes or thereabout. And the right hand comes on top as the left hand ushers the clouds across. Bottom hand comes to the top. Bottom hand pushes the clouds, ushers them away. Top hand covers the eyes or thereabout. Pushing and pouring with the legs and the feet. Waving hands and clouds. And once again, letting the hands find the ball, find the edges of the ball, the bubble. Repulsing the monkey. It's almost that there's a magnetic charge between the hands, the same charge, so that they don't quite touch. The left palm up comes forward, the right palm's down, comes back, and then the right palm comes forward. Find that charge between the hands and take the left palm back. Turning from side to side, left palm forward. Finding that charge. Softening the energy down as the palms come close in the front, and then something short of a stretch as you open out to the side. The front hand is the promise of feeding that monkey, and the back hand comes forward and pushes the monkey away. And once again, finding the bubble, finding the hands, find the edge of the bubble. Pressing palms to calm the mind, scooping up the chi. And then pressing the chi down. Scooping. And pressing. Opening the circle for healing. Opening out. And turning the palms down. Letting that all settle. The arms float down, let the palms float down. Okay, you can take a seat. Sit for a moment or two. Hands relaxed on the legs, spine upright. Maybe close the eyes. Feel the soles of the feet on the ground. Feel the seat beneath the spine, and send some upward flowing energy that draws the crown of the head all the way up towards the ceiling. Collarbones broad. Eyes soft. Belly and chest relaxed. Let the breath flow naturally. Taking just a moment here to sense into the energy that you're experiencing now. Thanks for joining me for Tai Chi today. If you'd like to stay for yoga and you have a yoga mat, you can get your yoga mat. You can have a chair And you might want to take off your shoes. All right, so if you're at a yoga mat, you can come to the short end of your mat and stand with the feet hip width apart. I'll stand here because the sight is better, and turn when I need to. Feel the feet grounded at hip width, outer edges of your feet parallel. Lift the toes for a moment and draw energy up from the springy arches of the feet right up through to the crown of the head. And now spread the toes and let them rest down. And as you breathe in, take the arms out and up, using the reach of the arms to get more light through the spine. As you breathe out, open out the arms like you're doing the breaststroke, pressing the arms out and down. As you breathe in, take the arms out and up, lifting the sides with the reach of the arms, and breathe out and open out and down. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you can continue as we are, or you can add a forward fold here, bending the legs to stay comfortable, letting the head fall forward, letting the head release down, and breathing in, lighten the heels, sweep the arms out and up. Breathing out, folding forward. Breathing in, lengthening up the sides, and breathing out. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. This time, breathe in, take the arms out and up. Staying up, breathe out, open the arms out and down. Now I'll turn sideways so you see better. Bend the knees, take the arms up and lift the sides, sitting back like you would if you'd ski. Reaching up and sitting back down. Now bring the hands to the legs above the knees. Shift the weight onto your left foot and step back with the right foot into a lunge. Let that front knee be directly over your heel, not over your toes, just the heel, and push a little weight into the ball of your back foot. And sweep the right arm down, forward, and up to get more stretch through that hip flexor, almost like you'd give someone a high five up there, or you were playing volleyball and pushing the ball away, pushing it up. Maybe push weight into that back foot so your belly rolls towards that front leg, and take the other arm up too, using the reach of the arms to take off an imaginary sweater and throw it up. Few breaths here. And then lower down, hold the sides of the waist, and spin that back heel back. Straightening that front leg and rolling your belly towards that front leg to square the hips. So it feels like your side ribs are even on either side. Let's breathe in and lift the heart. Interlace the fingers and breathe out and open, fold forward over that front leg. So lifting the arms, or thumbs up, or holding the hips, all options, and folding forward. As you do, ground into the ball of your left big toe. Then bend that front knee, stalk the knee over the heel, and with your back foot flat on the ground, sweep the arms forward and up. Again, lift up, take off that sweater, throw it up there, And bring the right side forward a little extra, breathing and pushing weight into that back foot. From the back foot, bring that right side forward. Push the floor down with that back foot. Bring your right side forward. And breathe. And hinge from the hips. Hold the sides of the waist. Spin the back heel back behind you. And see if you can step forward with that back foot, bringing it to hip width. Spread the toes and breathe in. Take the arms out and up. Lifting the sides with the reach of the arms. Breathe out. Interlace the hands behind the back. Lifting the clasp hands or thumbs up. Opening the shoulders and take a forward fold. Bending the legs to stay comfortable and letting the base of the skull drop down. Lower the hands to the back and to or towards the floor. Feel free to bend legs. But feel your breaths out, your exhales lengthen. Anytime your belly comes towards your legs, it's relaxing for the nervous system. You're allowing for a little blood flow into the brain. Now bend the legs, bring the hands above the knees. Lighten the heels again. Lift the head and the heart, press out against the legs. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. And breathe in, reach the arms out and up. Breathe out, open the arms out and down. I'll turn once again. I'll turn this way this time, and we'll step back with the left foot. So feet are hip width. Bend the knees. Take the arms up back into that, sitting into an imaginary chair. So you sit back like you would if you were skiing. And then take off that sweater, throw it up there so your shoulders know just where they can be relaxed. And use the reach of the arms to pull an imaginary blanket up from your lower belly all the way up past your chin. And then that sweater comes up over your head, up over your fingertips, and you sit down, leaning into the big toe sides of the feet. And breathing. Now shift the weight into your left foot, no, into your right foot, and step back with the left. Hold the sides, lighten the left foot, step it back, and again, push weight into that back foot and roll your belly towards your front knee. Take the left arm forward and up. Give someone a high five out there. And breathe into that left hip flexor, stretching it from the top end and from the back end, the bottom end. Maybe taking the right arm forward and up as well. And again, lifting up. Push that volleyball up. Breathing and bringing the left side forward a little extra. And lower the hands to the waist. Spin the back heel back, so the toes will be turned out to the side a little bit, and use that outer edge of your back foot and the push of the ball of your front foot to roll your belly towards your front leg. Either interlacing the hands behind the back and lifting, or holding the sides of the waist. Start to fold forward from the hips. And as you do, bring the back of your left hip forward a little extra, and lengthen out the spine as you fold forward, bending that knee or stopping whenever it feels uncomfortable, grounding your right big toe and breathing. And bend that front knee once again, stopping the knee over the heel, pushing weight into that back foot. And sweeping the arms forward and up into Warrior One pose. Using the outer edge of that back foot, bring the left side forward, lifting the back of the heart, breathing open. What does the breath feel like here? And hinging forward from the hips. Hold the sides of the waist, spin the back heel back. Glide forward onto the front foot. Raise the back leg. See if you can step it forward to hip width. Right. We'll take a balance pose. This is called eagle pose. So the feet are together. Take the right upper arm over the left. And now options are just reach around and give yourself a hug, walking your fingertips towards one another to stretch the muscles between the inner edges of your shoulder blades. Or you can pick up your forearms, so you've caught below the elbows, and touch the backs of the hands or even the front of the hands. Taking the elbows forward from the armpits to the underside of the elbows, take your inner wrists forward, and then sit down and sit back, just like we did when we were imagining we were going skiing or sitting into a chair. And you can stay right here without the balance element, or you can also bring your heels till they're almost touching a wall. I can't do that because I've got blinds behind me and this is where the camera is facing. But you can have just your lower back touching a wall and your heels maybe an inch or two away from it, and you bend the knees, shift the weight onto your right bent leg, and take your left leg over the right above the knee, and see if you can touch your left toes towards the floor. There might be a few of you who can slip the left foot behind the right lower leg. But take a few breaths, drawing out from the armpits to the underside of the elbows, inner wrists forward, and natural breathing in eagle pose. Let's bring the left foot to meet the right foot, sweep the arms out and up, lengthening up the sides with the reach of the arms, and breathe out, open the arms out and down. Then take the left arm over the right and either crawl your fingertips towards one another, giving yourself a hug, or pick up the forearms, touch the backs of the hands or the palms, and come out, armpits to the underside of the elbows, inner wrists forward. Bend the knees and sit back again like you're skiing. So instead of this, you sit back. Shift the weight to the left foot. You can spread the left toes, bent legs, right leg over the left, shins alongside one another, touching the toes towards the floor, or maybe slipping the right foot behind the left lower leg, and seeing if you can come back to natural breathing. And bring the right foot back to meet the left, sweeping the arms out and up. As you breathe out, interlace the fingers behind the back again, switching the thumb that's on the outside. Lift the clasped hands. Again, if that doesn't work for you, thumbs up, opening the shoulders. And folding forward one more time, letting the head fall forward. Releasing the base of the skull down. Bending the legs as much as feels comfortable. And lowering the hands to the back and towards the floor. Hold the sides of the waist, lighten the heels. Take the head and heart forward, breathe in, lengthen the spine, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Take the feet a little wider and swing side to side, letting the arms hit out against you like empty coat sleeves, or for those of you who are here for Tai Chi, it's a whole lot like ringing the temple bell. And letting that relax once again. Feet hip width, interlace the fingers once again, and press the heels of the hands forward. Bend your knees a little bit and see if you can push into your upper back, massaging into your upper back, and then press through the legs. Take the back of the heart forward so your armpits deepen. Squeeze the elbows towards the midline. And as you breathe in, take the arms up. Breathing out all the way up. Get grounded in the legs and the feet. And then draw up the sides. Take the inner arms back. Take the gaze up to brighten the heart. Breathing. And then lowering that down. Relax the hands and roll the shoulders in circles. Reversing the circles. Okay, and now take a seated twist. So you can sit in a chair with the heels under the knees at hip width and take the right hand to the left leg and take the left hand back to the chair back with the elbow drop down. Breathing in, lengthening up, and breathing out, pressing the right hand against the outer left knee, pulling onto that chair back with the back hand and turning the heart towards that chair back. You can also try this on the floor, where the right knee is bent, the left leg is straight, right foot hip width from the left, interlace the fingers around that front shin and climb the heart up. So you press the back of your left knee down, right hand behind the back, pushes you forward, gets the seat more grounded, left arm up to lengthen the spine, to reach up for something. Breathe in and breathe out and hook the arm over the knee, pushing the knee into the arm and walking the back hand back to open that back shoulder. Lengthening the spine and softening the belly. A few breaths here. And release. All right, taking the second side, either in the chair, left hand to the right knee, right hand back. Getting grounded, getting tall in the spine, long in the spine, and turning. Or on the floor, the left knee is bent, the right leg is straight, left hand back. Reach up, push the floor down, lift from behind your heart, breathe in, and breathe out, and hug that knee, turning your belly towards the leg. And then maybe pushing the leg to the side. It just depends on how much you've turned and what gives you more length through your spine. Arms and legs are always tools to get into the spine, to lengthen it, to turn it. But you let the breath go way down low. Whatever twist you're in, you're massaging and soothing all those belly organs. So let the breath flow. And release. Now coming to the chair, we'll take an outer hip stretch. So with the heels directly under the knees, like you're standing from the knee down. Take the right outer heel to the top of the left leg, just above the knee. Take the hands so the right knee points to the right, and take the hands to the chair seat and push into the chair seat, rolling the belly forward, like if it were a bowl of water, it would spill forward towards your left heel. And your left heel is directly under the knee. Now lift the heart up with the push of the hands. That'll start to give you the twist, the stretch in the outer right hip. Then anyone who wants more can start to tip forward, dropping the left arm, hanging the head, dropping the right arm, hanging the head, and breathing into the edge of the pose, almost as though the breath would wear away the resistance that you feel. One hand above the knee, other hand above the knee. Lift the head and the heart. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Bring the right foot back to the floor. And take the outer left foot to the top of the right knee, just above. Left knee pointed to the left. See that you could push into your right foot, that it's like you're standing from the knee down on your right foot. Hands to the chair seat, push down, roll the belly forward. Lift the heart with the push of the hands. Breathe in, breathe out, and tipping forward. Now you really flex from the ankle, so you're pulling back hard from that ankle to protect your knee. Hands are above the knee and on the foot if you like. Or you can lower the arms, left arm down, right arm down, dropping the outer left hip, letting the head fall forward, and breathing. Bring one hand above the knee, other hand above the knee. Lift the head and the heart start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Unfold the legs. And you can bring a chair seat side forward to the foot end of your mat. Sit sideways to the chair with the side of the hip to the chair, hands behind the back on the side, and swing your legs up, turning so that your hips are close to the front legs of the chair. And you can even hold the front legs of the chair with your hands and take the legs up. You could also swing your legs up against a wall since you're home and you might have some good wall space, which is quite lovely. And then if you'd like a little support for your back, you can take your hands underneath the tip of the tail. So you've got a little wedge there. And then, if your legs don't like to straighten, just keep the legs straight from the tops of your legs to your knees. It doesn't matter, your lower legs can drop down. And if you prefer not to have your legs up, you can drop your lower legs onto the chair seat. So you choose whether you want to take this variation of legs up the wall or whether you'd like to just rest your lower legs on the chair seat. And close the eyes and bring attention to the breathing. Letting a little blood flow down from your lower extremities. And letting the lower legs lower down onto the chair seat. And let the arms roll out, palms face up, fingertips gently curled. Resting here for a few natural breaths. Witnessing just what that feels like, how it's flowing now. And then either choosing to keep your legs on the chair seat or to move the chair to the side and lie flat for the closing relaxation. Where you let the arms and the legs roll out evenly, palms face up, fingertips gently curled, spine long, feeling its length from the tip of the tail to the base of the skull. You can let the eyes close or just soften the gaze. Steadying it at one spot. Let the breath flow naturally. And what is that like now? Note the pace, the depth. Let it do just what it will. Simply letting the body be soft and receptive and letting life lead. No resistance to taking it in. No resistance to letting it out. Let it go. If you're noticing what's on the mind right now, that's great noticing. Bring it right back to that experience of the breath. Wriggle the fingers and the toes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. And give a great big full body stretch. Draw the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. As you're ready, roll over onto the side. You can rest your head on an arm. Again, as you're ready, slowly press back up to sit. And take just a moment here sitting to see if you can access that same relaxed state you may have accessed when you were on your back, just sitting upright. You draw inside and observe the experience of the breath once again. Thanks so much for joining today. Hope you enjoyed the Tai Chi and or yoga. Hope to see you again next week. Okay, have a great day.